What's up, guys? I'm EJ. I'm joined by Kendall, and today we're going to be introducing a new series we're going to be doing heading into the NBA draft. Of course, we're doing our virtual NBA draft war rooms. I hope you guys are enjoying, and make sure you keep checking those out. We've already taped all of the Eastern Conference teams. We're going to be starting the Western Conference next week, so make sure you keep peeled for that. But today, we're going to be starting a new series for the next month called Draft Chatter, and basically, anytime we see something that's kind of unique, something interesting, or maybe some breaking news that happens related to an NBA draft, Kendall, we're going to try to pop up here and give you guys a quick reaction. And today, Kendall, a lot of draft fans are a little bit worried about one of the players that have been rising in a lot of the people's boards, Devin Vassell, the shooting guard / small forward wing player out of Florida State. Right now, looking like a potential top 10 pick. A lot of teams and a lot of scouts are really starting to like his game. But part of the draft season is putting out workout videos to show what you're doing. And, I don't know how much these teams really care about it, but, I think it is good kind of to kind of raise the profile of these players and kind of get the buzz around these guys. And whatever Vassell was trying to do today kind of went terribly wrong because he posted a video. I don't know who the gentleman he was working out with was, but they were shooting jump shots. And as you can see in the video right here, he's shooting a very unorthodox slingshot kind of jump shot.
The cannonball.
yeah. It's not a pretty. It looks like a catapult. And now this has people worried because one of the things about Vassell's game that really excited people was his 3-and-D potential. Now I know some people like myself have questioned, the shooting that we saw him make a lot of shots, but we did see it not on the most volume compared to maybe other guys who averaged more points, took more shots per game. Some of us kind of wondered, did the value increase? Would he shoot at that level? But you couldn't deny that he shot the ball efficiently last season. Now this video comes out, and I'll be honest, Kendall, I'm a little concerned. I don't want to see anybody messing with their shot heading into an NBA season, particularly a shot that had really nothing wrong with it. I have some more issues with it, but what did you make of the video you saw today?
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, it's funny when you mentioned the thing about, the workout videos and things of that nature. I kind of agree that in years past, I don't think that those were very important. But this year, video is going to be more, pre-draft video is going to be way more critical than it has been in years past because it's not going to be the same. It's not the same draft process that we've had in years past, obviously. Teams are not going to be able to, bring in guys all the time for any type of workout, just fly a guy over from cross country or go cross country, go watch a guy work out. These are things that are going to be way more stringent, way more, controlled. And because of that, what these players release and what these agencies release in terms of going to be picked apart nonstop. And obviously, we've seen in years past guys come in, and it's not even just pre-draft. Sometimes it's, as a guy's into his career, guys have shifts in jump shots. And sometimes it helps. I mean, Lonzo Ball this year kind of changed up his release. For years pre-draft, the whole conversation was, should Lonzo Ball retool the jump shot? And a lot of people, even me, was like, well, I mean, he wasn't that bad of a shooter at UCLA. The free throw shooting percentage wasn't great at UCLA, but the three-point shot was definitely there. And the bottom completely fell out of Lonzo Ball's jump shot early in his career. And he retooled it to his credit in New Orleans, and, he's a capable jump shooter now. But there's also the Markelle Fultz outcome of a guy who came in also with a very good jump shot, similar profile in terms of not being a great free throw shooter, but a great mid-range and three-point shooter, and he worked on his jump shot pre-draft, unlike Lonzo Ball, and whatever happened to him, obviously, he's finally starting to get a remnants of a jump shot now, 3-4 years into his career, after obviously the embarrassment that happened in Philly. So look, there's obviously a history of concern when it comes to guys and their jump shots. I mean, Dennis Smith certainly has had issues with his jump shot and his form and changes to that. He came into the draft with there was positivity in terms of feeling that he could someday develop into a very good shooter, and his jump shot has regressed since he's got into the league. So I mean, Devin Vassell, like you mentioned, a guy that you feel like his value comes with his 3-point shot, because a lot of people, the debate has come between Isaac Okoro, Aaron Nesmith, and Devin Vassell in terms of who's the best college wing in this draft. The people that say Devin Vassell over both Okoro and Nesmith, the key factor is that, look, Isaac Okoro, the amount of value and athleticism he gives you on the defensive side, his lack of a jump shot or his inconsistency shooting the basketball negates that, because in today's NBA you have to be versatile on both sides of the floor. On the other hand, Aaron Nesmith, another guy, obviously a great shooter, but much better shooter than Devin Vassell and Isaac Okoro, but he doesn't give you the value defensively. Devin Vassell kind of gives you the best of both worlds. One of the best defenders in this draft, and also a guy who's a very, very capable 3-point shooter. If you take away, if there's any concern about his ability to shoot at the next level, his value depletes at astronomical rate. So this is definitely alarming. But what's your take?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that Vassell's upside is, again, the 3-and-D potential. And one of the things about Vassell's shot, even in college, that I didn't red flag, but if there was anything I thought he needed to improve, I thought that he probably needed to speed up his release a little bit on catch and shoots.
Yes.
He gets such great lift on his pull-up jump shot that the release on the pull-up jump shot didn't bother me as much, because he really gets really great lift on his pull-ups. And he's actually a really good pull-up shooter. And I think if you're really excited about Vassell, it's probably because you think he has some isolation ability because of what you've seen from his ability to make off the dribble jump shots. But his release in terms of catch and shoots is very slow. Now obviously he's 6'7", so it's not gonna kill him per se, but that was something that I did look at, and I said, okay, this part when he needs to speed up. I mean, to me, this looks worse. I mean, this is gonna actually slow down his shot the way he's shooting it now, pulling the ball way behind his head. It doesn't look fluid. You don't see too many guys with that kind of slingshot shot, that are radar type of 3-point shooters. I'm not saying that he can't make shots like that. He was making shots in that video, to be fair, but this is all part of this kind of nitpicking process. I tell you what, I know his agent has got to be furious that got out, because that did not, whatever that was supposed to do, it didn't really help. And
they deleted it immediately afterwards. The reporter Kristen Peek.
Shout out to Kristen Peek from Rob, by the way. I followed her
great,
for a long time.
obviously recruiting analyst.
Yeah.
She deleted the video afterwards, and look, she had no stake in the game, so clearly they must have told her, you got to take that video down. And this is a video that they let her take. I assume they took the video, or at least they sent it to her at the very least. So I don't know if this is something where they didn't know that the video was going to come out, and then when they saw it, they were like, we got to get rid of this, or if they wanted the video out and then
I'll be honest, maybe I'm being naive here, Kendall, but I think that I don't think they realize how much now these little videos we are zeroed in on. And it's kind of ridiculous. Like, let's be honest. Like, the way we kind of lament at 30 seconds of footage of some guy taking jump shots in the gym is kind of ridiculous, but it just is what it is.
But what I will say is, I remember pre-draft, there were those types of videos in 2017. As a Celtics fan, I was very locked into the top end of that draft. I am every year, but particularly that year. And Markelle Fultz, there were videos pre-draft where the guy couldn't make a shot.
Yeah, he was struggling.
And that was concerning.
Yeah.
For a guy that was like, man, I mean, the Celtics got number one pick. I'm like, this guy can't shoot. Obviously, the video of his workout with the Sixers came out, and the guy missed every shot. And Sixers fans were just like, look, you got to take him anyway. Contrast that to videos of Jason Tatum pre-draft, and he was shooting threes like it was nothing. And this was a guy that people had concerns about his 3-point shooting ability. So those types of videos, while I agree shouldn't be overanalyzed, even though we're dedicating a whole YouTube video to it, you have to take them into some consideration. Now, one thing I want to mention is one of the things that I think people, when they look at shooting in the draft process and they look at a player's evaluation, one of the things I think is underlooked at, if that's even a word, which is not. One of the things that's underrated, I would say, is a player's free throw percentage. I've mentioned this in years past, but I think that people jump to the 3-point percentage. Look, Devin Vassell shot 42% last year from three, shot 41% his freshman season at Florida State. So, of course, there's reason to be excited about his shooting ability. But in the case of Markel Fultz, in the case of Lonzo Ball, those guys were not great free throw shooters. Neither was Brandon Ingram. And all three of those guys came into the league with struggles being able to shoot the basketball at the NBA line. And all three of them great shooters, 40+% three-point shooters in college. I look at Tyler Hero, shot 35% from three at Kentucky, but shot 93% from the free throw line. And he came into the league, obviously, with no issue shooting the basketball. So that brings me to Devin Vassell, who, again, shot 42% from three last year, but only 74% from the free throw line. His freshman season shot 68%, so that's 72 in his 2 years at Florida State. I don't know what to make of that. I mean, it's not awful.
It's
average.
You'll
deal with it, but it's
average.
not elite.
Yeah.
Again, Tyler Hero shooting 93% from the free throw line suggests that guy is an elite shooter.
Yeah, and there's plenty of evidence for many years of free throw shooting percentage being a much better indicator for a person being able to expand their range than actually 3-point percentage when it comes to college basketball. And even and sometimes even NBA basketball, as crazy as that sounds. So yeah, I think looking to the free throw percentage is fair. The Vassell numbers I don't think are like terrifying like some of the Ball and Fultz numbers were really alarming. Derrick Rose, those are really alarming numbers, and those guys had troubles shooting NBA threes. But still, they're not great. So and perhaps that's where this kind of began, the idea of him, changing his shot. I did see someone online saying that this may have been him messing around, which I'm just like, that's a lie. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, anybody who's done a basketball workout, anybody seen anybody go through a basketball workout, there was nothing. Those guys weren't messing around. They were practicing a real move.
Yeah,
they were practicing
totally drill.
Yeah, they were practicing the right hand, sidestep 3-point shot that we've seen Tatum and so many of these guys, kind of make famous now, like Kyrie Irving, obviously, and like that. I mean, he wasn't messing around. That's how he's shooting right now. And I don't know why. There's plenty of video of him shooting at Florida State, but he wasn't shooting like that. But quickly on level 1 to 10, how concerned do you think NBA teams should be with this video?
I would say 7 because I broached about with his free throw shooting and them feeling they have to retool a shot. I don't think I don't think that this is a guy that's going to come in right away and light up the 3-point line at the NBA level, and that's concerning because that's where I think his value lies. And the last thing I wanted to mention was that, when you look at the draft order, and you look at the teams, I mean, look, his range, there are people that think Golden State should look at him. They think, man, this guy would be a great fit, as a 3-and-D guy for Golden State, give them a lot of minutes, kind of give them what they hoped that Jordan Poole would be, which he is not. But, I mean, his real range really starts 5 to Cleveland, 6 to Atlanta. Atlanta, there's some serious fans that think that, obviously we had in our War Room video, we didn't really mention Devin Vassell much to Atlanta, but, he's an Atlanta guy.
If you look at our comment section, I think there are people who do say that they think Vassell should be considered there.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously it starts at 6, and, I would say Atlanta, New York, certainly has considered Devin Vassell from what we've heard. Washington, Phoenix, San Antonio, Sacramento, New Orleans. These are all going to be teams that look heavily at this guy, and it's a concern. It's funny you mentioned. Well, I'll let you go on that point.
Well, yeah, it is a concern, because like I said at the top of the video. I mean, he's a high rising player, and like I agree. I think that his ceiling is 5 right now, and I know that teams are being allowed to bring in players for workouts. I'm sure if he hasn't already, he soon will be working out for NBA teams. If that's the way he's shooting the ball, I would not be surprised if you see him slide. I'm not saying he's going to slide out of the lottery, but that ceiling we're talking about may not really be the case by the time we get to draft. Again, if that is how he's shooting the ball right now, it's not pretty. That doesn't look like a shot that's going to last. That's sustainable against NBA defense. Like there's no way, and that's a problem. Last thing, Kendall.
The last thing I was going to mention was that you mentioned that you don't know who the guy was working with Devin Vassell on his jump shot. Well, according to Ant Wright, and you sent me this picture, but according to Ant Wright on Twitter, it was this guy, Manny Pacquiao, the Pac-Man, is working with Devin Vassell
Oh,
on
come
his
on,
jump
man.
shot.
We can't do that to Vassell and Pac Man.
Look, man. Look, Manny Pacquiao. Look, he's certainly gonna probably transition into being a trainer at some point in his career. I don't know if it'll be basketball. I assume maybe boxing, but maybe he's working with him on his footwork. Probably not his jump shot. Hopefully not his jump shot, but that's what it looks like.
Look, I tell you what, Manny Pacquiao he seems to be the kind of guy that wants to do anything but box recently. He's being a senator. He's playing in a basketball league. Like he's like. Yeah, and like he wants a fight that he knows he can win. He's just like, please don't. I don't want to get punched in the head again. So he's just trying to do anything he can. But anyway, what do you guys think about Devin Vassell's new shot? Do you think is his new shot? Do you believe the story that he was just messing around, or do you think that we just happened to get two really bad looks at him shooting the ball weird? What do you think's going on? Are you concerned? Leave a comment on this video, and of course make sure you subscribe to this channel for not just more draft chatter content, but also obviously our other NBA draft content. NBA draft now just a month away. I'm getting excited. I know you guys are. Make sure you stay on this channel for more content for the next month. That's Kendall. I'm EJ. Take it easy, guys. Peace.